Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Death, therefore, the most awful of evils, is nothing to us, seeing that, when we are, death is not come, and, when death is come, we are not. He who is not satisfied with a little, is satisfied with nothing. Of all the means to ensure happiness throughout the whole life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. You don't develop courage by being happy in your relationships every day. You develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here. And when it does come, we no longer exist. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confident knowledge that they will help us. It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our abundance. I have never wished to cater to the crowd, for what I know they do not approve, and what they approve I do not know. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. If the gods listened to the prayers of men, all humankind would quickly perish, since they constantly pray for many evils to befall one another. I was not, I was, I am not, I care not. Non fui, fui, non sum, non curo. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. Haec ego non multis, scribo, sed tibi, satis enim magnum alter alteri theatrum summus. I am writing this not to many, but to you. Certainly we are a great enough audience for each other. The noble man is chiefly concerned with wisdom and friendship. Of these, the former is a mortal good, the latter an immortal one. We must, therefore, pursue the things that make for happiness, seeing that when happiness is present, we have everything, but when it is absent, we do everything to possess it. He who says either that the time for philosophy has not yet come or that it has passed is like someone who says that the time for happiness has not yet come or that it has passed. Empty is the argument of the philosopher which does not relieve any human suffering. Don't fear the gods, don't worry about death. What is good is easy to get, and what is terrible is easy to endure. To eat and drink without a friend is to devour like the lion and the wolf. Nothing is sufficient for the person who finds sufficiency too little. The fool's life is empty of gratitude and full of fears. its course lies wholly toward the future. It is better for you to be free of fear of lying upon a pallet, than to have a golden couch and a rich table and be full of trouble. I never desired to please the rabble. What pleased them, I did not learn, and what I knew was far removed from their understanding. All friendship is desirable in itself, though it starts from the need of help. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. If you wish to make Pythocles rich, do not add to his store of money, but subtract from his desires. Be moderate in order to taste the joys of life in abundance. Let no one delay the study of philosophy while young, nor weary of it when old. The time when you should most of all withdraw into yourself is when you are forced to be in a crowd. He who least needs tomorrow, will most gladly greet tomorrow. The purpose of all knowledge, metaphysical as well as scientific, is to achieve what? Called ataraxia, freedom from irrational fears and anxieties of all sorts, in brief, peace of mind. Of all the things which wisdom acquires to produce the blessedness of the complete life, for the greatest is the possession of friendship. The wise man who has become accustomed to necessities knows better how to share with others than how to take from them, so great a treasure of self-sufficiency has he found. We must exercise ourselves in right things which bring happiness, since, if that be present, we have everything, and if that be absent, all our actions are directed toward attaining it. If the gods listened to the prayers of men, all men would quickly have perished, for they are forever praying for evil against one another. I was not, I have been, I am not, I do not mind. It is not the pretended but the real pursuit of philosophy that is needed, for we do not need the appearance of good health, but to enjoy it in truth. Death is nothing to us, because a body that has been dispersed into elements experiences no sensations, and the absence of sensation is nothing to us. We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink. Misfortune seldom intrudes upon the wise man. His greatest and highest interests are directed by reason throughout the course of life. The most important consequence of self-sufficiency is freedom. 2 of S. early influences, Democritus and Pyrrho, had actually journeyed all the way to what is now India, where they had encountered Buddhism in the schools of the gymnosophists. Therefore, foolish is the man who says that he fears death, not because it will cause pain when it arrives, but because anticipation of it is painful. With the Epicureans it was never science for the sake of science, but always science for the sake of human happiness.